Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Carter. Before I get into my notes here, there's a couple things that I wrote down on the board. Since we're in a math class, I wrote down a couple equations that I feel that everyone in here should understand. The first one is principle over feelings. And when I say principle, I mean your core values, your beliefs, your thoughts, your ideas, what governs you. And we need to put our core values over our feelings, because far too often we'll make a decision in the moment based on how we feel at the moment. But we need to remember our core values, and I'll give you an example. My core values for me personally is my faith, is my family, is dream chasers, football, and then from there it's a career or a job. So if ever there's any conflict between anything, I already have predetermined the route I'm going to go, so in the moment I can never make the wrong decision. The second equation I wrote is potential over comfort. Potential. A lot of people fail to reach their full potential because they get stuck in a comfort zone. They get content with where they are. But the greatest thing that our Creator gave us is potential. The greatest thing that we can give our Creator is to reach our full potential. Let's not fall short of what we was put here to do. Pay attention to what it is that we get the most joy from. Is it writing? Is it speaking? Is it playing sports? Is it creating music? Is it drawing? You got to find your passion. That's going to help find your purpose, but the only way to find your passion or your purpose is to find yourself, to know who you are within here. So that way it's easier to be more creative. You need to be comfortable in your own skin. It is impossible to consistently behave in a manner inconsistent with how we see ourselves. We can do very few things in a positive way if we feel negative about ourselves. So far too often we'll have a big dream or a big goal, but we don't believe in that dream, we don't believe in that goal, not because we feel that it's really that impossible, but more or less because we just have a lack of confidence in ourselves. We don't believe in ourselves. And the reason most people don't believe in themselves is because they don't know who they really are when they look into the mirror. People are never able to outperform their self-image. The self-image is between you and you. You got to be happy with the person that you are. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. Do not let your peers or society tell you that what you believe in is wrong. Do not let them tell you what you're wearing or what you look like, that's not cool or it's whatever. Because cool is what you believe it to be. Cool is what you make it. So if you believe that to be cool, what you got on or how you look, that's all you need to know. All you need to do is just worry about yourself. Because people's already going to tell you bad things about yourself as it is. So I just highly suggest you not tell yourself bad things as well. Because that's just going to add to your problem and add to your insecurities and doubts. Life is simple. Know your values, make some key decisions based on those values, and manage those decisions on a day-by-day basis. So whatever it is that you want to be, one, it starts with making a decision. You got to decide. Then from there, you got to stick to your beliefs. You got to stick to those values. You got to see those values through. And from there, you're going to have to come up with some ideas to put yourself in a position to where you can freely express yourself and get your vision out there. And then you need to do it day by day, every single day, whether you feel like it or not. You need to learn to turn your pain into gain. One way to do that is take a positive life stance. You got to have a positive attitude. You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to hold yourself to a standard that when people see you, they don't necessarily know what to expect from you, but they know how you're going to conduct yourself. You got to embrace and develop your creativity. See possibility within every problem. Creativity begins when your comfort zone ends. So when you start to become uncomfortable, that's when you start finding out your best ideas. You come up with your best inventions or creations. That's when you're most creative. And this usually happens after something life-changing happens to you. You can mentally change it. You can. It's a process to do that, but sometimes you just need a shot to change you. Embrace the value of a bad experience. And after a bad experience, you need to make good changes from that. You got to learn to accept it, learn to live with it, learn to deal with it. I'm not saying don't be upset, frustrated, or mad about it at all. We're human. That's natural. That's a natural instinct of us. But you need to learn to see the good in every situation, regardless how bad it is. You have to take responsibility for your own life. If you don't end up where you want to go in life, you can't blame anyone else but you. You can only look at the person in the mirror and hold them accountable. You need to check that person. We can't sit here, look, I see right now, y'all pointing at other people like it's their fault. No, it's not. Stop doing that. We got to take responsibility for ourselves. And once each individual person does that, that's what's going to make everything better for us. And from once we take care of the individual person and we check ourselves, then from there we can go on to help others. And that's how teamwork makes the dream work. We need to grow from inside out. You will focus on being better on the inside than on the outside. Your character matters. The person that you are, it matters. You need to follow the golden rule. People matter. And when I say that people matter, I mean do unto others as you will want them to do to you. Because we're quick to do something to someone else, but faster, even faster to get an attitude when somebody does it back. Teach only what you believe. Passion matters. Value humility above all virtues. Perspective matters. Strive to finish strong. You have to be a strong finisher. Your faith matters. And your faith and your belief is what's going to what's going to put you in a position to be able to persevere and finish strong. We have to stretch. As simple as that. We have to stretch. We have to expand. We have to come outside of our comfort zone. Because as human beings, we're like a rubber band. We're only useful when stretched. What can you really use a rubber band for if it just sits there in its regular form? We have the greatest value when stretched, and only by continual stretching, not only physical but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, will we reach our full potential. And that's the greatest gift the Creator gave us. This is why we need to put our potential over our comfort. If it's hard now, it'll be easy later. If it's easy now, you'll be introduced to a thing called consequence, and it will be hard later. Most people have a dream. For some, it's at the tip of their tongue, and for others, it's buried deep into their heart. A lot of people talk a good game. A lot of people talk about what they want to do, who they want to be, or whatever. But how many people actually will take action on that? How many people actually have a burning desire and are willing to dedicate and discipline themselves and stay focused on that goal? Because we all know where focus goes, energy flows. So whatever you spend your most time focusing on, that's what you're going to devote the majority of your energy and efforts on. Our situation in life is mainly due to the choices we make and the actions we take or fail to take. Make good choices, make good decisions. You're a human being, you're going to make mistakes. But from those mistakes, you need to see the good in it, see the bad in it, see where you can fix it, see where you can change it, see what you need to keep the same. You need to strengthen your weaknesses, right, and build on your strengths. But before you can strengthen your weaknesses, you have to be able to identify your weak points. You got to be able to identify your flaws. Because if you can't identify your flaws, you really have no right and you're in no position to point out somebody else's and make sure that they know about their flaws. How can you sit here and check somebody else about their stuff when you can't even man up or woman up enough to look in the mirror and check yourself about your stuff? Oh, but probably because your peers in society tells you, oh, it's cooler to hurt somebody's feelings, to put somebody down, knock somebody's books out of their hands to get a laugh for all of 30 seconds. What did you really gain from it? Did it make you smarter? Did it help you get to where you want to go? Did it put more money in your pocket? Exactly. So really it was pointless. We need to be kind to each other. We got to take care of one another. We got to look out for each other, because if we don't look out for each other, nobody's going to look out for us. And it goes the same way with your belief. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in you, nobody's going to believe in you. You can have, you can do it, you can be whatever it is that you put your mind to. If your mind can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. But you got to work at it. But it all starts with making a decision. Do you really want more? Is it really burning in your heart, or is it just on the tip of your tongue? Are you just talking a good game? Because it sounds good. Because it seems like the cool thing to do at the moment. Believe. Believe and work, work, work. Grind, grind, grind. And the world is yours from there.